Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is EggsyB and today we are playing Forsaken. As you can see here, obviously this is an FNTD, but the reason I'm playing this is because a brand new survivor has come out, Jane Doe. I have obtained her. These are all of her difficulties, her stats, her skills. We've got some lore, I'm not going to read that, but what we are really interested in are the stats and the passives and the abilities. So first off, difficulty 3 out of 5 stars, so not too hard, not too easy. Health 60, pretty low. I think that's one of the lowest so far. Maybe her passives and stuff will explain that. Speed 12, sprinting 26, max stamina 10, 100, stamina loss 10, stamina gain 20. Digital footprint, Jane Doe is able to see the footprints of killers, so that's a nod to John Doe, because John Doe has digital footprint. Shatter point. Jane Doe has a unique health type that is unable to be healed outside means, but has 40% damage reduction. Jane Doe spawns with 20 shatter point HP and is able to restore it by landing her abilities up to a maximum of 30 shatter point HP. If Jane Doe completely loses all of her shatter HP, she'll be unable to restore it for 40 seconds. For every additional Jane Doe alive, the amount of shatter point HP restored from abilities is reduced by 8%. Abilities. Crystal Pitch, cooldown 16, projectile lifetime 6.5. Jane Doe takes a crystal and pitches it. Pitch means throw, if you guys don't know that. With the crystal exploding in a radius upon impact with a killer or surface. The crystal is initially a slow projectile with a heavy arc, but Jane is able to empower the crystal by holding down the ability and charging up for 2 seconds. Which increases the speed and explosion radius of the crystal, but slows Jane Doe by 30% while charging. If the crystal hits a survivor, they are granted with Purified 1 for 3 seconds, and Jane Doe gains 2 shatter point HP. If the crystal hits a killer, they are inflicted with a stack of resonance, and Jane Doe gains 3 shatter point HP while also revealing her aura to the killer for 3 seconds. Hitting the killer with the crystal from at least 110 studs away will inflict them with 2 stacks of resonance instead of 1. Resonance increases the stun duration of Jane's hatchet depending on the level. Resonance a duration of 30 has a duration of 30 seconds, and repeated applications of resonance refresh the duration and increase level by a status of 1, maximum of 3. Resonance is unable to be applied to a killer if they are stunned, stun immune, or have had resonance applied to them in the last 10 seconds. Now, the big one, Hatchet, cooldown 35, damage 25, so it does damage. Jane Doe will equip her axe, gain 1 resistance, and after a 0.75 wind up, lunge forward while swinging the axe. If the axe hits the killer, it applies helpless and slowness 2 for 2 seconds and restores 5 shatter point HP. However, the effects of the axe scales significantly depending on the amount of resonance applied to the killer. If the killer has 1 resonance, they'll be stunned for 2.5 seconds. Jane Doe will gain 10 shatter point. If the killer has 2 resonance, they will be stunned for 3.5 and gain 20. If 3 resonance, 4.5, 30. The additional stun granted with each resonance level starts out as 1 second and is decreased by 0.125 seconds for every additional Jane that is alive. Jane Doe also has quite a few skins, as we can see here. This is just a bunch of yapping, pretty much. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I think I counted that wrong, but I think it's around 18 or 19. I think it's 18 skins. That was 4 minutes of yapping. Let's get into a server and see how Jane Doe works. Actually, wait. Before we do anything, this is how you're able to obtain Jane Doe. If you come out here and turn to your left, you can go down this little area. You can actually go up here, I think. I'm just stupid. But you can go into here, this little basement. Are you sure you want to enter? Yeah, I want to enter. And pretty much once you're in here, you just got to talk to Jane Doe. She'll give you a quest to obtain 3 notes. You'll get that 3 times, and then after the 3rd time, your next quest will be something intelligible. Like it's just, you won't be able to understand it because it's gibberish. But the 4th quest is basically just, you have to look around for a ring. It'll permit some form of audio cue and aura around it, and it is a red ring. After you obtain it, you then have to survive the match, and then you will be able to come to Jane, give the ring back to her, and you will obtain Jane Doe. Whole lot of talking, but gotta do what you gotta do. All right, we're gonna head into a game and see how it goes. All right, so we're now in a lobby. So we're just gonna wait till the round to start, and then we will be able to test out Jane Doe. Just a full disclaimer about me playing right now. I'm not good at this game. I will probably whiff. I will probably suck. I'm probably going to be really, really bad. But as long as I get the point across of what is like what the what the survivor does, that's all that matters, really. Oh. Ew. Okay. All right, so here she is. Oh, we got two, actually. So we've got Crystal Pitch, which I remember is a charge up. You can see the Shatter Point HP down here, 20 out of 30. I need to see the killer so I can... Okay. So I can actually showcase half of the stuff. All right, so I hit him and I gained resonance. You saw that I gained that. He had resonance and it stunned him for a bit. It didn't stun him for too long because I didn't fully charge up the Crystal Pitch, but it did stun him. Okay. And you can see the digital footprint. Hit him again. I need to wait for the hatchet to be enabled again, and then... Bam! Hit him with it. He's stunned. Wait, did his head come off? Oh, nasty. The Crystal Pitch has a really quick cooldown, really fast. I don't know about you, but I feel like that cooldown is really slow, especially compared to the... Boing. Hit him again. W's. It has a 14-second cooldown. I think I read that earlier. Hit him again with the... Oh, that's so... Dude, she's nuts. I'm not even good at this game, and I'm doing really well with her. Wow. I missed. Oops. I just had to speak. Ooh, I'm really excited to use her. I think she might be my new main. Genuinely, I think she might be my new main. The question is, does the digital footprint tell me the difference between Nolies or not? Uh-oh. All right. Well, I died, but that was to be expected. But she's powerful. She's very powerful. That Shatter Point HP and the fact that it takes 40% reduced damage is nuts. So I thought she would be bad because of the less health, but no, she's really good. And the resonance at doing the longer stun and the fact that if you can get it up to like 5-second stun, that's insane. Jane Doe is very, very good. My rating, honestly, I feel like she's really balanced. If not, probably a little bit overpowered at the moment. I give her a 10 out of 10. She's 10 out of 10. I can already guarantee that when I am going to be killer, I'm going to be so annoyed versing her. But as a survivor, I'm going to have the time of my life. Anyway, I hope all of you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, be sure to comment, be sure to subscribe, and I will see all of you in the next one. Peace out, guys.